Hi guys, Nate here. Ah, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with what's going to be happening pretty soon, next week actually. So hopefully we're going to be talking and doing new content. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've been waiting for this moment for a long ass time. Well, actually a month. Before we continue, I'm going to go and light this shit up and we'll have a chat. There's anything these Turks know is £5 pouches of tobacco really does not taste good, but it's cheap and it still smokes good, so I'm not complaining. So, how are we all doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing exceptionally okay. Been kind of busy. It's kind of hard not making content, especially without my laptop. But all that's about to change. Now, for this moment, I think we're going to have a chat on what has happened to me and the fact that things have gone not so well. Let's get right into it. Alright, so a few months ago, I won't go into the details of what happened with a friend of mine who runs Frosty Fight Club with me, and he got a large cash lump sum insurance sort of thing, or I think it was something on them lines. I might be wrong, but he got a big payout after a relative died, which, you know, it's kind of sad because that actually kind of hits close to home, and considering I've missed at least 3 fucking funerals. But nevertheless, what's been going on around April time, he had purchased me a laptop. I believe it had a Ryzen and something on the lines of a 3060, and it ran at a screen speed, I think it ran at screen refresh rate of 144 hertz, which isn't actually a bad deal, and he managed to get that cheap for 400, which I will say is a fucking good deal considering those laptops with 3060s and Ryzens, they tend to be a bit pricey, especially if you're buying one brand new. So after getting it, he decided to send it off via UPS. Now UPS, everybody knows, is a delivery service, or courier service if you will. And after waiting for a week or so that it was supposed to be here, by a week it didn't show up, and I'm like thinking, nah, it's probably delayed, we'll just wait. And so on, we waited for a month and we just decided, you know, it's lost. I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a bit rather upset about this. But all I can do at that point is just, you know, deal with it, because you know, I could have just stormed off and complained massively about it, but the thing was, I couldn't be angry. I was disappointed, but I wasn't angry. Not at him, because he did his obligation, to which I am grateful. The problem was when he did his obligation, the failures of the said obligations fell down to UPS, who were supposed to deliver it. Now, my laptop at the time was still working, right up to the point around, I believe, somewhere around late April this year, or yes, late April this year. Windows 11 had an update and it kind of made my laptop kind of slow as shit, which kind of fucking sucks if I'm honest. So for 2 months I had to deal with using that laptop, and I will be honest, it wasn't pretty. I couldn't game and I couldn't do anything, so I had to make do with what I had with my Xbox One, and unfortunately I couldn't get any footage to be transferred over to my memory stick so I could fucking post video clips of what I had in mind, because I was going to do some Dead or Alive or Soul Calibur 6 videos, but that was not happening. Kind of sad, really. Tapinos! They actually do banging kebabs, not gonna lie, bro. So I decided to, wait out and see what we could do. And we've identified the problem, I believe, last week actually, because the problem that was plaguing my laptop was the fact that it was down to a drive issue, because where I mentioned the Windows 11 update, it had randomly made my laptop slow. So as of Wednesday we will be getting a new drive, but that's not all actually, because as it turns out, in the words of our Lord and Saviour Qui-Gon Jinn, peace be upon his name, there's always a bigger fish, because this bigger fish turns out to be a guy who we call Blood Otaku. Now Blood Otaku is one of the guys who runs another server / channel similar to Frosty Fight Club called Fundaria. Now Fundaria are an EU based Discord group and channel on Twitch and YouTube, who are going to be made obsolete at this point because we're absorbing them into Frosty Fight Club. Blood said that he had a Steam Deck waiting, well, not really in use, and he felt like I might as well, benefit off it. So after discussing with him, I said to him, if that's the case, would you like any money for it? Just like that. So yeah, after conversing with him, I said to him, would you like any money for the Steam Deck? And he says no. Now he says there are some slight issues with it, being the A button doesn't work, but knowing me,
Come on.
sorry, is there a problem?
No, the dog is just looking up.
Oh, right. Yeah, so aside from the A button not working, I feel like I could work with this, because I found out that you can actually look for docks for Steam Deck similar to the docking thing from the Nintendo Switch for less the price than what Nintendo would have been originally offering. And considering I was thinking about this, I'm like, yeah, I could make this work. So hopefully starting next month we will be making new content as intended, which would actually be pretty useful for the channel, because I do miss making content. Now as I'm thinking about it, I have to decide on what content I plan to do. Now, I want to continue the fighting game thing, but as much as I like fighting games, as much as the next person, I feel I would be limiting myself to just one niche topic when there's plenty and plenty of other games out there that do need to have mentioned or reviewed, and hopefully make it somewhat better than what I would originally with my PS1 ones game reviews. Now, another thing I will be saying, speaking of the PS1, I will be selling my PS1 alongside with the games. Now, I love my PS1. I actually love the PS1 console more than any other consoles in general. But considering the fact that it's just sitting there in my front room, I feel someone else could use it more than I can. I mean, there's like about 22, 23 games in there, so they won't be at a loss should they want to play nothing but fighting games though. Yeah. Also, I've decided that when I did that Suck Who Wants to Fight channel update, I thought about one thing, and that was that Goddess story stuff. Now, I love doing them unboxing, but I felt at the time it wasn't necessary because, you know, I wasn't going to justify paying like $25 a box every month. Now, I want to bring that back because those cards are actually pretty fun to open and just marvel at the beauty of anime cards, even if they are, well, you know, not their artwork, it's not original, it's stolen, and obviously being from Tencent or NetCent, I think it's now Tencent is the Chinese company that deals with video games. I think it was called Tencent, NetCent. I'm getting confused with that one. So I've decided that I will be bringing back that series. However, it won't be as often because you have to take in consideration I'm still unemployed and I'm out my way looking for work. But hopefully we'll see a change in the matter. Now, when I start my content next month, I'm going to go back to doing reviews because after having taken off like almost 5 months of not doing it, considering the last one was Rumblefish 2 with my boy Renegade, who I need to get out the basement. He's not in the basement. He lives in California. Good guy he is. And I'm going to decide on what I will be reviewing. It's going to be a hard decision because there's plenty of games on my Steam that needs covering, and it's going to be a fun one when I get back into it. I'm going to probably make them more long and intricate. I'm still going to promise to do the reviews twice a month, but I need to be a lot more intricate with how I'm presenting them. Looking at the clouds, it might rain. So yeah, that's what's going on at the time. Now, I hopefully we will get back into it, and hopefully I can try and push it to the subscriber count as much as I can, because I've noticed that as of recently I did have around, I'd say 183 a while back, but as of then that number has drastically dropped back down to 179, which is the subscriber count I was for quite some time actually. But once we get back onto the reviews, the videos, hopefully we can all look back at this and laugh and say, "Oh, Nate, you goof." I'm happy that we're finally getting our shit sorted together, guys, because when we get back to this, I swear I'm going to pledge loyalty to my channel. But that also comes to another thing that I mentioned previously about me being unemployed. Now, if you remember the first Saku Talks video, I've been unemployed for a long ass time, and frankly I don't intend to stay unemployed for long. I'm going to do my best to look for work, so from time to time I'm not going to be consistent in my video making and content, because if I end up looking for work and I'm on a bit of a radio silence, that's why. But I know you guys will enjoy it either way, and when we get more and more into this channel, I hope to at least achieve 300 at least by the end of this year. If not, we'll be good either way. And like I say, thank you guys for supporting me. Anyway, I think that does it now. I think I've spoken long enough. I'm pretty sure most of you don't give a shit either way. But if you like content like this, even though I don't really like talking as such, because I feel kind of bogged down and stressed when I speak, and frankly hearing the sound of my own fucking voice is really annoying. I won't lie to you. So remember to like, comment and subscribe if you so choose to. I've been Nate. Good night.